Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Avery of Sacred Vision Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to upload your own original webcomics on Webtoon. Now this is a very simple and easy process, so let's get started. The first thing that you are going to want to do is create an account, which I have already done so. And after creating your account, you'll probably be on a page very similar to this, and you will have these options up here: publish, and of course your account, which will have access to your subscriptions, your dashboard, comments, following, profile page, account, all that good stuff. Now, of course, you're here to upload your webcomic, so let's get started. Either press publish or go to your dashboard. All right, we are now on the dashboard, and as you can see, I already have a webcomic available to read. This is Gingerberry, my own original webcomic series that you can read right now. I will leave a link in the description, and I highly recommend you do so. I hope you enjoy. But you're not here to read. You are here to share your own comic. So the only option that you probably have is to create a series. So go ahead and click. All right, we are now ready to start uploading our comic. Well, not upload just yet. We're going to want to create our series and put in our descriptions and information. So the webcomic that I am going to be uploading today is a one-shot comic that I created a couple of years ago. So I'm going to do that right now. The comic that I am making is, let's see, a short story. I think that's perfect. And let's see, for category 2, there's a lot of categories I could pick. I could pick comedy, I could pick slice of life, I could pick heartwarming. There's also all ages. I think I'll go with that one. And the comic that I am sharing today is called Coffee for You. And I'm also going to add one shot in the title, because I want to let people know that this is a very short webcomic series. Don't expect more than 1 or 2 episodes. And then for the summary, I am going to type in a story about 2 robots and coffee. And that is as descriptive as I'm going to get. As I said, it's a very short comic, so I don't need to put in too much there. All right, and the next thing that we are going to want to do is upload our thumbnails. So you're going to want to upload a square thumbnail and a vertical thumbnail. The square thumbnail can be 1080 by 1080. And you're going to want it to be either a JPEG or a PNG format. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so I have just completed the thumbnail uploading process, and now we are ready to proceed. The next thing that we are going to want to do is the content rating self-assessment. So make sure that you pick the appropriate content rating for your comic. Make sure that you let everyone know what kind of content is in your comic, because you don't want Webtoon getting mad at you for choosing unwisely what is in your comic. Now, that said, my comic is very child-friendly. As I said, it is an all-ages comic. So I am going to be selecting no violence, no nudity, no sexual content, no profanity, no alcohol or drugs, and no sensitive topics. All right, and with all that now done, we can continue onwards. Create series. Whoops, Okay, and then it also mentions here that I have not completed the content rating. That is because I forgot to click down here that I acknowledge the assigned content rating of my series. So let's click that, and now we can create series. Let's do it. All right, we are now ready to create our first episode for our web comic. So the first thing that we're going to want to do here is create a title. And as I said, this is a one-shot. So I'm only going to ever be uploading one episode for this comic. So I'm going to give it the same name that the title is, Coffee for You. And now we are ready to upload. Now, it needs to be noted that your entire episode has to remain under 20 megabytes. And you can only upload in JPEG or PNG formats. And each page on its own has to be under 2 megabytes. So you're going to probably want to make sure that your comic is not super high quality. I'm not saying that your comic has to be degraded into a mess, but you will want to make sure that your files are small enough that they can be uploaded to Webtoons. This is just how Webtoons works. They like to have very compressed file sizes. Now, as I said, my comic was originally a traditional format comic, and because of that, I had to cut each panel down into the 800 by 1280 pixel range. And I did that all last night. Took me maybe an hour. And now I'm ready to upload. So let's begin. Select Files to upload. All right, and here we have all of my files. So I'm going to select Webtoon 00 all the way up to Webtoon 34. That's how many panels that I have for this comic. And the uploading process shouldn't take too long. And now we just have to wait. All right, and now all of my pages have been successfully uploaded. So the only thing now left for me to do is to add in a thumbnail image. Again, very similarly, we have to make sure that it is either a JPEG or PNG format, and it has to be under 500 KB. Now, the avatar or thumbnail image has to be 202 by 142 pixels, which is kind of an odd number, but either way, we have to upload in that size. So let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, I have now added my thumbnail image, and now we're ready to upload. That said, you can also add a creator note, which I suppose I will do right now. All right, I have now completed my creator's note, and before we upload our comic, we should also preview. And I'm going to preview here on PC, but you can also preview on mobile. I'm going to click preview, and it's going to open up a new window. And here I can move and scroll downwards and view my webcomic. And it is looking very good. I'm very happy with how it looks. My entire comic is there. Yep, looking good. All right, my entire comic has now been uploaded. The preview looks good. I have a thumbnail. I have my creator note. And now we can publish. Now you can schedule your comic's release. You can pick any hour of the day you want. You can pick any day of the month. You can select very far into the future if you want to. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to simply press immediately publish. And now we can press publish episode. And we have successfully released our comic. This is awesome. And that is basically all you have to do to upload a comic onto Webtoons. It is a very simple, easy process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and read webcomics. They're fun. Make webcomics. That's also fun. Anyhow, see you guys later. Bye-bye.